anyway, yeah, Sky Sanctuary, awesome. Next is Speed Highway from SA1.
Up and down
Yep.
and up and up and down
Now-
and down and all around.
Now, to be honest, when they first leaked the level, when I saw Speed Highway after City Escape, I was a bit concerned.
Like, it's not changed.
Because, I mean, even though the other city levels are dynamic enough to be on their own, Speed Highway and City Escape are near identical.
Also, guys, Speed Highway. It didn't look as though it had changed at all from its original version until we saw more.
The only thing, like, the whole Speed Highway reveal to me just felt weak overall, and I'm going to explain it for two reasons. One is just because a couple of days ago, before IGN came up with their big reveal, like I mentioned earlier, another gaming website came out with this massive footage showing off the hub world for the very first time. All of classic Sky Sanctuary, a couple of features, and the Metal Sonic boss fight. That was huge, and then of course I take it down. And then you go from that like gigantic reveal to IGN's reveal, which was Speed Highway. It wasn't all that great, and the second problem was the modern music. It sounds the same. It sounds the same.
It sounds the same as redone. Like, you know,
Well,
like,
when you think about it, the classic versions of
like
the Genesis era, they're not that different. So maybe that's what they were going for.
Well, what they did say was if you're playing City Escape and like and you're playing it modern day, like they say the track will be more close to the original. But like, if you're saying playing a classic version of a modern level like City Escape, it will be like the music will be.
Yeah, they'll try to change it.
Like say in Speed Highway, it's like modern down 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 down. In classic boom doom doom doo 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 boom doom doo 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 doo. Like a lot more techno and shit.
One thing I do want to say about classic Speed Highway, it sounds like porno music.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna say that.
It looks like and also it looks like they combine like what looks like kind of Casinopolis with Speed Highway, because like you see classic Sonic run through like a casino-like hotel.
I was hoping that would happen. That's a good point, because I was really worried about Speed Highway until I saw the hotel part. Because that's actually a different thing that they could do.
Yeah, and they're changing it, and also with his enemies in the level, essentially all they are flying police cars. There is a set piece moment in Modern's part where you are chased by about 50 of them. Like 10 seconds.
Dude. That's gonna be cool. I mean, okay, even though I say it was weak, now when I go to the actual level, I look at it, the overall level design still looks amazing, but I'm just saying, it still to me felt weakest.
Also, I want to say, in Modern Sonic, there are more than 3 solid buildings in the entire level.
What the hell, man? What the hell? This game's broken. Also, as far as set piece moments go, in the original there was a scene where you run down the side of a building, dodging helicopters that have like spinning blades that'll kill you, jumping over barricades, dodging police. In that, you are boosting at about 50,000 miles per hour, and you're shattering glass, quick stepping to avoid like massive beams that are actually holding the whole building up. It's just gonna be so amazing, that level.
Well, anyway, Speed Highway from SA1. Moving on to City Escape from SA2.
No. Jason, no, we're not. We got Smurfit Chaos.
Oh yeah, Perfect Chaos. Oh yeah, Perfect
Chaos, which was one of the first the teaser at the end of the Modern Era trailer. Yeah. That was a bit concerning because for some people, because he had
that was a bit concerning. Yeah, it was only concerning because we saw it for the first time. Just because they gave a model overhaul and actually saw scales, and it was a bit concerning. But
it was
today, but then today, when they show all of the bosses in the game, and when you saw Perfect Chaos, you're like,
it was a different design. It's something I did not expect. What it looks like is he has a scale. He has a scaly texture wrapped around the back of his body and over his head, but you can see his stomach, and it's water.
It's good. And also what they added is essentially Perfect Chaos is 7 Chaos Emeralds combined, a water being of infinite chaos energy and water. Essentially what they did, they added spikes on his back and head and everything, through his body you can literally see his green energy pulsing through it at certain times, And
He's
what
horrifying.
Exactly, and at one point I paused it, like, to go do something. I looked back at the screen, and the chaos energy looked like it was, like, forming a ghostly face, like, in the stomach, and I was like, okay, that's kind of creepy.
Okay, just to say one thing, you will fight Perfect Chaos as normal Sonic. No
Yeah,
super.
you're not super this time, which is a little weird. But one thing I want to say...
but not too bad.
One thing I want to say, what music will they do for the boss fight? Because we know from the Death Egg Roll, they're doing they're doing a remix of the actual music from the fight.
I saw this one comment that the music that was playing during the boss trailer was the Perfect Chaos music.
No, I was gonna say like you could do like I was gonna say like you could do like an orchestral version of Open Your Heart, like do 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 do.
That'd be cool. But
that'd be cool.
So yeah, Perfect Chaos pretty much eluded our fears of him in the boss trailer. So let's move on to City Escape, which frankly was the most expected level.
It's like everyone knew this level was going to be, and it was the most popular level in like
It's the most nostalgic, really.
It's the most nostalgic and most popular level for like the last 10 years.
Now I'm saying this right now. The moment I saw like both levels, well, both the classic and the modern, I just instantly fell in love with both of them. One, music wise, they both sound amazing, especially with the classic edition having that little hint from
90licious, if you will.
Yeah, they also did like a small remix of Endless Mine for Sonic 3.
Endless Mine. Rolling, no, it was Danger is lurking around every turn.
Yeah, and also the amount of alternate paths that open up just because. Oh, I'm saying that for last. To me, this is just me. I think this one has the most alternate paths, and the modern one. Oh,
like
the added ramps riding over the city is awesome.
Yeah, they didn't just boarding section. Yeah, because boarding section, that was the only part that we were thinking about, because how the f*** are they gonna do this? So what they did was, well, number one, you can boost on the board, and that's f***ing awesome by itself. I don't know how he does that, but that's just another issue. But what they did is there's different ramps. There are actually alternate routes in the boarding section, so it's just not like a straight shot anymore.
Yeah, like say if like you hit a ramp, like it's certain like ones, you literally go up, hit like a power cable, and grind on the power cable. It's awesome. And also one thing I want to point out, that level is filled with cameos. Like there's a shop called Tails' Pizza. There's a cameo from Fang the Weasel.
Blaze's Coffee.
There's Chow in Space 2, Perfect Chaos is back with a vengeance.
Actually, there's two things I want to bring up. One, if you actually look close in the classic, there were a few of them on it too. In the classic, they actually had missing posters
Of Faster Polar Bear.
Faster Polar Bear,
Bean.
They actually acknowledge characters that people haven't seen over
and
years.
Mighty.
I was surprised when they referenced Mighty and Ray. They said missing Mighty and Ray from 1993.
Oh, and speaking of alternate paths, this is how in the classic version, this is how alternate paths opens up. That truck.
In the modern
truck.
That was the second set piece we were thinking of in City Escape. How the f*** are they gonna do that truck?
That truck doesn't want you dead.
Well, essentially, the modern and classic versions of the truck are going to be different. Classic is the truck is going to chase you. It's going to destroy the background and foreground and middle ground. Basically, it's going to destroy anything in its path.
What is it? Beat it through the level and get the better path.
Yeah.
If you let it destroy stuff in the level, it will open up that pathways in the classic level. But that truck doesn't want you dead. It wants you dead.
It wants your blood.
Dude, like, because in the modern section,
version,
when you finally read that section where the truck is chasing you, it's not only chasing you, it has saw blades.
And it ripped through an orphanage.
And has rocket boosters.
And also,
it busts through buildings. That truck wants you dead.
I theorized something where what happened to Chow Garden. You know that building that the truck ran over?
Yeah.
That was kind of a shout on. But one thing, you noticed something actually. You were like, "Oh, I saw a build recently," and like, I know, like, that might be difficulty setting. But one thing, I theorized was what it was is say like through the level, like the mob center was more like, okay, get the away from that truck, otherwise you will die. But the classic level's like they say that in the original build there were like more bottomless pits. But in like the newer builds, they replaced the bottomless pits like straight falls. In the classic level, they're focusing more on the concept of beating the truck through instead of getting the away.
Yeah, that's when I started theorizing that there was different difficulty settings when they kept changing the level design. I mean, changing it once is by itself alright, but when they change it twice and sometimes to the same format, something is going on. And one thing I do want to say is that what you said earlier about the modern versions of the music, where it's basically the same thing. But something I noticed is in a Gamescom video by I forgot what it was. No, that's not the site. Anyway, a Gamescom video. I'm watching it in the same City Escape, but there's something different. If you listen really close, there's a different because it's off-camera shooting. So if you listen really close, you can hear a different tempo, tune, and
they went back. Because they actually said they went back and they redid City Escape for the modern version with new lyrics too, and right off the bat, I instantly heard the change in tempo. I actually prefer this over the original, actually.
Yeah, I do too.
Because of course, modern is about boosting, fast, speed. Yeah, and
it's like jump, get red ring, jump.
Calm the down and think.
Yeah, and the modern version of City Escape makes me want to go fast. It's like if I'm in a car and that song comes on, I'm gonna put my foot down that gas pedal and go for 60 to 200 miles an hour.
Also, there's one little gimmick we forgot to mention. We mentioned about Modern Sonic having a boarding section at the beginning. There is a special power exclusive to Classic level where he jumps and gets a skateboard. He grinds on it. Oh yeah, and
actually, that's
who can grind rails. Classic Sonic also does a little spin dash roll where he goes on a roll and he's like, this.
Oh, speaking of the skateboard, someone managed to have the skateboard into Green Hill Zone, and the skateboard is actually faster than the spin dash. When the thing reaches full speed,
that's because the skateboard is it's at a set acceleration. It makes you go faster without any input.
But that thing is fast. Anyway, and the boss fight connected to City Escape.
Hang on. I just want to say one thing. Guys, your fears are put to rest. The cars do bounce around like rubber.
Dude, there is actually an achievement where it literally just it has a taxi with the number 30 next to it. I think it is destroy 30 cars in City Escape consecutively.
That's awesome. Anyway,
the boss fight is the second rival boss fight.
Well, the rival, Shadow the Hedgehog.
And where else do you fight him but in Final Rush?
The only thing we've seen pictures and we've seen Shadow in the trailer, but they didn't show how the boss fight was going to go down.
Until today.
Well, all the rival boss fights are simply going to be the same. It's like a race. It's like a moving boss. But the fact that you find Shadow again in Final One is pretty epic by itself. And the redesign.
And when I saw that first screen of Sonic and Shadow racing, oh, by the way, Shadow can fly and he can boost. That's not an issue. But anyway, when I first saw that scene of them racing on Final Rush, I was thinking, it's gonna go down. It's going to go down. And
in the trailer, you actually see Shadow can use chaos control actively to slow down time. So what I'm thinking is that maybe if he uses it, he can rearrange the way the level is. He can smack. So you'll have to when you land on the platform, you have to adjust to the new level layout. You've been running for 10 seconds on a straight route. Then he'll drift, so you have to quick step everywhere and slide and crap to avoid dying.
I wouldn't be surprised if Shadow is the hardest of the rival fight, considering it's Shadow the Hedgehog. Yeah.
Well, Another thing I noticed that in the split second that you see Final Rush, you can see that there's actually different paths. So you haven't seen enough, but there's something there. And something else. At the end of the trailer, before the reveal, the purple you see Sonic pelvic wooing. So most people thought that was super. Well, he was starting to get the supersonic. But you can see Final Rush in the background, so that's probably not the case. What I theorized was in the races, either facing Sonic or Shadow, they would use their own special attacks to slow you down. So I'm thinking.
Sonic use Sonic Wind.
So I'm thinking something like that.
Like say like a power or something you collect it, it's like use Sonic Wind by pressing Y. Yeah, I'll talk about that after all the stage and bosses.
But anyway,
Shadow and Final Rush, awesome.
Yeah, Shadow
in HD.
And a level that shouldn't be actually a part of the Dreamcast era, Seaside Hill. Which I'm saying this now is to me is the second weakest because Seaside Hill sounds exactly the same.
Except
we
got
actually
doing different instruments
before anything. Heroes is being classified as part of the Dreamcast era because Dreamcast didn't die after it was released. So they're thinking it's the era, not really the console.
The PS3 era, the Xbox era, and the Wii era too.
Oh yeah, the Dreamcast was still around when the GameCube was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, now I get it. Okay, thank you for clearing that up. But anyway, level-wise...
Seaside Hill scared me. It flat out scared me when it was leaked the first time after the demo, because I was thinking, Seaside Hill?
Why not Egg Fleet or something?
Egg Fleet, Hang Castle, something else.
I think Seaside Hill was because they needed a wall level, and I did read that Seaside Hill is going to have... It's going to have Ocean Palace, Hydro...
But then that trailer...
It has Hydrocity
and Labyrinth Zone.
Those screens in that trailer pretty much eluded our fears.
Wales, the battle's been completely redesigned. Literally, it looks nothing like the original, and that's awesome. Literally, the first
something, a lot of people were scared of it because pretty much Seaside Hill was already a clone of Green Hill when you saw it a bit. But screens were released, and back to what we were saying about levels being redesigned and other level layouts being put in the levels that did actually make it. A good portion of Seaside Hill looks like Hydrocity.
From classic section especially.
Yeah, because there is this one screenshot where Classic Sonic is hanging onto a pole, and if you were to take that picture and put it beside Sonic doing that in Hydrocity, it is the same but with different textures.
Exactly.
Now something I didn't expect, for some strange reason I should have, but I didn't, is that they put the bobsled back in.
Yeah, it looks more like a go-kart now. It's not a bobsled anymore, it's like a go-kart.
Well, he can't drive it he can't make it a bobsled by himself. But anyway, back to the bobsled thing, or go-kart. I don't give a
Yeah.
So, I think they shouldn't complain about that, like when Sonic games usually have driving in it for a split second or a section of one level. I don't think they care. Like Twinkle Park had it, but that's...
And there was Rouge in the Penis Mobile. If you look at Cheese driving a penis. But anyway, another thing I wanted to find out is, at the end of Ocean Palace, there was one section where literally you were chased by 15 giant, wheels made of rock with spikes on them. They're really focusing on that gimmick for both of them.
They're huge!
You know, the only thing
I'm worried about
the only thing I'm worried about in this one, because I remember doing this, this is like the main reason why I didn't like Ocean Palace, because that section where they tell you go down the hill, you go through a loop and jump on a ramp, that thing sometimes gets faster than you, it will hit you while you're in the air, making you lose all your rings and drop you down to the water. That's crushing any hope when you get in that A rank. It was so annoying. I hope either A, Sonic is faster than them, or B, they set it to a certain speed limit where they can't do that anymore.
But really, like, see, like, as I was saying about, like, it being a gimmick, like, Classic, like, gets chased by at the end of his level, or I think it's the end of his level, and then, like, Modern, like, literally, for, like, half of his level, he gets, like, I think Seaside Hill's gonna be, like, a level all about timing in the Modern level, literally, like, the rocks, like, rolling from side to side, like, next to each other, like, it's so small gaps in between, so you're gonna have to be precise to, you know, avoid them in a 3D environment. Also, the cannons are back, and, we've only seen this in Classic sections, but it works. It works. They're like, it's automatic this time, and it's really good.
Well, actually, something before we move on to that era, something something we forgot to mention is that in the hub world, there's a skill shop, and essentially you can buy upgrades for mostly Modern Sonic. I think for Classic it's just like a few cosmetic stuff.
It can look
in the skill shop you can reduce. I think you can increase air time. Make your boost gauge longer, like you f***ing need it. But, other stuff like that. Also, a little fun fact, which really caught me off guard, apparently every single song from every Sonic game, or at least from the games that are being, used in Generations, apparently every single track is in the game.
Oh yeah, I did know that.
There's an option in the hub world to, like, change the music.
Oh, that's right.
You could be boosting through chemical plants or zone while listening to, like, A, please.
I'm not sure about that, but it looks like that could be the case.
Okay, it's time for
Seaside Hill?
era.
Well, basically Seaside Hill, yeah.